Did you know there's a place where the sea flows inland, surrounded by giant rock walls? Like a river, but with salt water? Today, they're breathtaking destinations, a true meeting place of ice, sea, and mountains. These natural wonders are called fjords, and they emerged when giant glaciers carved deep valleys thousands of years ago. Have you ever considered visiting a place like this? A fjord is a long, deep inlet of sea that penetrates the continent, surrounded by steep mountains and impressive valleys. Think of them as saltwater channels that deepen into the interior of the country, creating a coastline with complex and majestic shapes. The formation of these giants of stone and water is a true spectacle of nature, and it all began during the last ice age, thousands of years ago. The ice giant, the glaciers. Norway was covered by a colossal ice sheet, the glaciers. They weren't just standing ice, but rivers of ice that moved very, very slowly, sliding toward the sea. Think of a glacier as a giant, slow-moving, yet infinitely powerful tractor. As it moved, it dragged everything in its path: stones, earth, and rocks. Landscape sculpture. This relentless movement of the glaciers acted like a gigantic excavating tool, scraping and deepening existing valleys, transforming them into U-shaped channels. The force of the ice was so great that it carved the bedrock below sea level. The sea takes over. When the ice age ended and the climate warmed, the glaciers began to melt and retreat. With the ice out of the way, sea levels rose, and salty ocean water invaded these deep, newly carved valleys. The result is the landscape we see today, a dramatic meeting of towering mountains and the sea, with ocean water filling the valleys that were shaped by the overwhelming force of the ice. To find the fjords, you need to head to the west coast of Norway. It is in this part of the country that the landscape has been most intensely shaped by the action of ice, resulting in the formation of thousands of these inlets. The fjord region, the most famous area and the one with the highest concentration of fjords, is in western Norway, in a region rightly known as the fjord region. Visualizing the Norwegian coast, imagine the country's coastline. Instead of a straight line, like the sand on a beach, Norway's coastline is a complex zigzag, with the water penetrating deep into the land. It's as if the coast were a giant Swiss cheese, with the holes forming fjords. This geographic peculiarity is what creates the stunning landscape of islands, canals, and mountains that make Norway so unique. Imagine a coastal plain. Now, visualize a giant knife, representing the glaciers of the Ice Age. This knife, moving slowly, carved deep grooves into the earth. When the ice melted, seawater rose and filled these grooves. The result is as if Norway had a giant pizza, where each fjord is a very thin, long slice, but upside down. These wonders emerged when giant glaciers carved the valleys and the sea filled them thousands of years ago. Today, this dramatic landscape is not only beautiful but also home to thriving and resilient life. Life in the fjords, where nature and humans coexist. Despite the steep mountains and deep waters, Norway's fjords are home to an amazing array of wildlife and human communities. Wildlife. The cold, deep waters of the fjords are like a large natural aquarium. They're rich in nutrients, attracting a wide variety of fish, such as cod and salmon. These fish, in turn, attract predators, so it's not uncommon to see seals and even porpoises, a type of small dolphin, swimming near the surface. In the mountains and above, mountain goats scale the cliffs, and sea eagles soar majestically over the waters in search of their next meal. Human communities. Along the shores of the fjords, there are small, charming villages and towns. The people who live here have learned to adapt to this harsh landscape. They built their homes and farms on small patches of flat land, between the mountains and the water. Think of these communities as small oases of civilization, connected primarily by boats and today, by roads that skirt the mountains. Traditional life has always been based on fishing and farming, but today, tourism is the driving force, with visitors from all over the world coming to admire the ice-sculpted landscape. Life in the fjords is a reminder of how humans can adapt and thrive in harmony with nature, in one of the most spectacular environments on Earth. The fjords are not only beautiful, they are recognized globally for their unique characteristics. Some of their informal and official titles include UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Many fjords, such as Geirangerfjord and Narrow Ifjord, are designated World Heritage Sites for their exceptional natural beauty. This is recognition that they are unique treasures for all humanity. The Giants of the Ice Age. This informal title perfectly sums up the origin of the fjords. They are living proof of the relentless force of ice that, for thousands of years, shaped the Earth. The longest coastline in the world. Norway has one of the longest coastlines in the world due to all the fjord inlets and outlets. If you stretched the entire coastline in a straight line, it would circle the Earth several times. The word fjord comes directly from Norwegian, where it is written as fjord. The original meaning of this word is something like safe harbor or place to cross. It's a name that makes perfect sense when we think about life in these regions. The calm, deep waters of the fjords, protected from the winds and ocean waves by the high mountains, were the ideal place for anchoring boats. For the ancient Vikings and the fishermen who came after, a fjord was a natural refuge from the storms of the open sea, a safe place to dock their ships. Transportation and trade. Because they are long inlets of the sea, fjords served as a kind of water highway, facilitating transportation and trade between isolated communities along the coast. The word fjord comes directly from Norwegian, where it is written as fjord. The original meaning of this word is something like safe harbor or place to cross. It's a name that makes perfect sense when we think about life in these regions. The calm, deep waters of the fjords, protected from the winds and ocean waves by the high mountains, were the ideal place for anchoring boats. For the ancient Vikings and the fishermen who came after, a fjord was a natural refuge from the storms of the open sea, a safe place to dock their ships. Transportation and trade. Because they are long inlets of the sea, fjords served as a kind of water highway, facilitating transportation and trade between isolated communities along the coast. Thank you so much for watching this exploration of one of the most incredible places on our planet. What did you think of this incredible place? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating journeys. Until next time.